want to first thank all of you for coming to this very special reception celebrating the incredible success that our community enjoys thanks to the leadership of Mayor Ron Payne. Ron, where are you? Where is he? Is he getting a glass of wine, or where is he? Ron, you've got to be seated before we get started. Where? Oh, there you are. Nice to have you, Ron. Thanks for coming tonight. You know, many of us have probably forgotten how our drifting community looked after 20 years of flight to the mall and flight from the Executive Inn. I worked downtown in the 90s, and I found myself making excuses for how downtown looked. I would often host out-of-town guests, and I found myself actually trying to divert their attention from the boarded-up buildings on 2nd Street while I was walking from Waxworks to Colby's for lunch. And you know, like many of you, I was a community activist involved in the community, involved in several organizations and movements in an effort to try to improve Owensboro. But for years, I heard the same thing. We will never have an interstate. We will never be able to get and keep good air service. We'll never get another Scott paper. We'll never be able to make our community special enough to attract and keep people. There's nothing to do in Owensboro. Well, in fact, one of the few signs of progress back then was the new library, which was filled with dozens of downtown studies that were never implemented. But that all changed 8 years ago with the election of Ron Payne. Armed with extensive knowledge of finances, years of experience as a city manager, and a vision, Navy vet Ron Payne took the helm, and the renaissance that he created is truly historic. Now, he was elected, deservingly so. He was elected in 2008, and in less than 2 months later, he gave his first State of the City presentation at Rooster Booster. Do you remember that? I doubt if you do. I was there, but I must tell you, to refresh my memory, I brought it back, and this is part of the actual presentation that he made to the community 8 years ago. It's January 2009. Unemployment was at 9.3%. And the big news there, the big issue was drainage. This is actually from his presentation. We were still recovering from the F1 tornado and from Hurricane Ike, and 2 weeks after this presentation that he made would be the ice storm of 2009. But the mayor had a single-minded focus on the future for that State of the City address. And I don't think even the most optimistic visionary could have forecast what would happen next. Mayor Payne did not take the new community vision downtown improvement plan and put it in the library. He put it on his desk. And he was determined to first embrace, enhance, and then implement it with the belief that priming the pump with public investment would be the catalyst to a life-changing renaissance for our city. He had seen what other cities around the country and indeed around the world had done by investing in their downtown. He pledged that these projects would be done right the first time, with excellence, and with a single-minded focus on the big picture, not just one specific event. Oh, the critics were chanting, "We can't afford to do it." And Mayor Payne replied, "We can't afford not to do it, and we need to do it now." Now, all elected officials can provide a list of successful projects that took place during their tenure, and Mayor Payne will be the first one to acknowledge that it was a team effort to make our city's renaissance possible. But no one will refute that Ron was in the driver's seat and he had both feet on the accelerator. He made this happen. As the Renaissance unfolded, those letters to the editor complaining about the concrete trees faded away, replaced by front-page headlines of unprecedented public investment and success stories as crowds flocked to the world-class park downtown. 2,738 new jobs, the lowest employment rate in 10 years. $100 million invested by startups alone. $413 million of new company investments, and that does not count private investment or the hospital. Today, momentum continues to grow. There are 15 new projects that have been announced in the last 6 months. During his tenure, investments in Owensboro exceeded $1 billion. That's 1,000 million. The accolades came one after another. Mayor Payne earns the GRAD Regional Legislative Leadership Award in 2010. Owensboro is twice named the GRAD Community of the Year. The Kentucky League of Cities names Mayor Payne as the elected official of the year in 2014. Smothers Park is named the #1 park in the world. The Kentucky League of Cities presents Owensboro the Enterprise City Award in 2016. And Convention South named downtown as the 3rd hippest music venue. Then, based on the city's commitment to recreational spaces and opportunities for all citizens, Playability magazine named Owensboro a USA Playful City. The USTA named the new tennis facility as one of the top 12 in the United States. Business Week names Owensboro the #1 place in Kentucky to raise your kids. Money, CNN, names Owensboro as one of the top 100 places in the nation to live. And after more than 50 years, Owensboro again earns the designation All-America City. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 5 years since Keith Snyder of the New York Times wrote the comprehensive story beginning with the headline, "Kentucky City Reinvents a Faded Downtown." A downtown was the spotlight, but the rest of the region prospered as well. The stormwater plan went into high gear. Besides the 2 new downtown hotels and convention center, the city completed the award-winning Germantown and Mechanicsville neighborhood projects, and it turned its focus on Triplet for the Triplet Twist. The state-of-the-art skate park, the newly upgraded Edge ice rink, the award-winning center court tennis facility, the gravity racetrack supporting the soapbox derby, completion of the 21st century bypass, and of course, the confirmation of the I-65 spur. The Messenger and Inquirer recently wrote, "The past 8 years with Mayor Ron Payne at the helm may go down as one of the most transformative eras in the city's modern history, with the downtown unrecognizable from what it was at the beginning of 2009. Now, if that wasn't impressive enough, the growth already promised in the next 5 years may exceed what the success has been in the past 8. The $15 million Bluegrass Center, the 3rd downtown hotel, Alorica's occupancy of the former BB&T building, the 3rd parking garage, the 2 additional condo rental retail restaurant developments on the riverfront, the 54 tip supporting a 200-acre, $335 million Gateway Commons development, and the end of the 40-year wait for an interstate connecting Owensboro to the rest of the world. Now, there's a lot of talk about the importance of quality of life. But as Bill Parrish reminded me a couple of weeks ago, quality of life means having a job. BestPlaces.net predicts that Owensboro's job growth will exceed 34% over the next 10 years. And Davis County is one of the few counties in all of the state that is predicted to have population growth in the next decade. And along with the new jobs and the new industry and the new expansion and the new look came something equally as important: a new spirit of pride and ownership in our community for the citizens of Owensboro. Mayor, there are a lot of people that want to thank you for plotting the course, taking the helm, and for taking us along with you as you navigated the uncharted waters with a steady, full speed ahead course to our renaissance. One of them is here today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Senator Joe Bowen.
Kurt, thank you for what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hard for me to stand here tonight in front of you and really express the emotions I have recognizing Mayor Ron Payne. I can't begin to tell you how many conversations we've had and how many phone calls we've had and how many times I've been in Frankfurt in a meeting and I'd get a call from Mayor Payne and I'd excuse myself from that meeting and I would talk to him about issues that were so critical and vital to this community. And so Mayor Payne and I we really have a special kinship. I mean, obviously, number one, we're both elected officials, but number two, neither one of us fear retribution. And I think that's what I appreciate the most out of you, Mayor Payne, is the fact that you fear no retribution. You believe in what you do. You set out with a goal in mind, and you got that goal accomplished. And you knew there would be naysayers along the way. And so much of what I do, and so many of the decisions that I have to make, I know that there's going to be naysayers along the way. But if you believe in what you do, you're resolute, and you go forward, and you get things accomplished. So I'm proud to be here tonight, and I'm proud that you've been my mayor for the last 8 years, and I'm proud to have been able to work with you from the Frankfurt perspective. And we have accomplished a lot. And there are people out there tonight that would say, well, we've done this, but that, we've done this, but that. But I will tell you, having lived in this community all of my life, grown up in this community, I am proud that this is a beacon across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I am proud that cities all across this state look to Owensboro in admiration of what we've been able to accomplish. It's a source of pride for me. So, Mayor Payne, I have a special commendation for you tonight. It's a citation from the Kentucky State Senate. And it lists all of your accomplishments, which are many, including your days in Oklahoma and your education and your service to this country. So I'll not go through all of it, but I do want to read the last sentence of this Senate citation. And it says this: "Inasmuch as Ron Payne has worked tirelessly and with tremendous vision, skill, and professionalism on behalf of the citizens of the city of Owensboro, Kentucky, and has had a profound and positive impact on the present and future economic vitality and overall quality of life enjoyed by residents of the Davis County community, he has offered sincere commendation and gratitude for his years of exemplary service in this capacity, is extended best wishes for continued success and good fortune in all of his future endeavors. And on the motion of Senator Joe Bowen is hereby deemed by this honorable body worthy of this recognition, done in Frankfort, Kentucky, the 16th day of November in the year 2016. Robert Stivers, President of the Senate, and myself, Joe Bowen, member of the Kentucky State Senate. Congratulations, Mayor Payne.
Thank you, Senator.
Ron, you were the moving force in making Owensboro one of the most exciting cities in Kentucky, and I was proud to have partnered with you to help do that. My friends, congratulations on a job well done.
Ron, congratulations on your retirement and starting a new chapter in life. We at EDSA have thoroughly enjoyed working with you and your team over this past decade or so in seeing the riverfront development come to fruition. You're an attribute to the city, and again, congratulations on your retirement.
Because of you,
we work in the best building in Owensboro.
Hi, Mayor Payne. This is Keith Schneider from Michigan. I'm a writer with the New York Times. And hello, Owensboro. I wanted to offer my congratulations for your long career and excellent service in the public interest. Well done. You know, I first came to Owensboro 5 years ago to write a report for the Public Life Foundation and offer some ideas for Owensboro to pursue in the 21st century. And then as now, I've been really impressed. I've been back a number of times. And I wanted to say a few things, give you some perspective from a guy who's covered urban affairs and urban development on several continents over the years. You know, no leader achieves what Owensboro has achieved alone. I know how much support and help you've had as mayor to do all the things that Owensboro has done this decade. Owensboro is more competitive. Owensboro has more jobs. Owensboro has more businesses. Owensboro is prettier than it was just 6 or 7 years ago, and it's a tremendous achievement, and merits, you know, the most congratulations from everybody in the city, and certainly from me.
Hi, this is Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin. Mayor Payne, I'm proud of you. I'm grateful for the service that you have provided. Thank you for being a military veteran. Thank you for being a CPA who's willing to bring that kind of fiscal responsibility to government. Thanks for being somebody who understands that blue ribbon panels in 5-year studies are only worth something if people actually act on them. Thank you for being someone who is committed to the idea of being a citizen legislator, for serving for a finite period of time. Indeed, your service has transformed the city of Owensboro. You have come, you have served, you have done it well. I want to wish you and your wife, Denise, the very, very best as you enjoy your family, your new grandchildren, and as they continue to grow. I wish you well into the future, and thank you for setting an example for others to follow. You're an example of what we talk about when we say that we are Kentucky.
Hey, Ron, it's Nate's son, Darrell Waltrip. First of all, congratulations on your retirement. I think you congratulate a guy when he retires. I guess that means you've done an incredible job, and certainly when I drive up home there and look around and see how Owensboro has changed through the years, I know you don't like to take all the credit, and I know it took a lot of people to make all that happen. What happened to the riverfront, the convention center, all the hotels, it's just been amazing to see the transformation that Owensboro has gone through the last few years. It makes me proud when people say, have you seen what they've done to Owensboro? And of course, I always am able to say, sure. I know some of the people who were responsible for making that happen. I love Owensboro. Everything about it. That's where I got I went to Davis County High School. I won my first race there on the track at junior high. Whitesville, the mutton, people now, you say, what kind of food they got up there? Well, we serve mutton, and that kind of confuses them sometimes. But overall, great job. Congratulations. Enjoy your retirement. You've been an amazing mayor. The city's going to miss you, and just congratulations from ODW.
I'm Rodger Randle. I was mayor of Tulsa when Ron Payne was an important part of our municipal administration here. Ron was a very respected civil servant. He was held in great affection by everyone that knew him. He exhibited the best professional standards. How he could have left Tulsa and fallen into bad influences in Owensboro that caused him to become a politician, I don't know. But at least he's been a successful politician. Owensboro has made good progress. I've seen online the kinds of things that are happening there. And I know in a great degree that's due to the kind of leadership that Ron exhibited. Congratulations, Ron. We look forward to having you back for a visit in January or February to Tulsa. We're going to get some of the old folks together you worked with, and they'll join me in celebrating the success and achievement that you've had in Kentucky.
Thanks, Granddad, for building me a park.
So on top of all of these achievements, Mayor, you even gave the city a new theme song.
The lights are much brighter there. You can't forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. So go downtown, things will be great when you're downtown. You'll find a place for sure downtown. Everything's waiting for you. You may find somebody kind to help and understand you. Someone who is just like you and needs a gentle hand to guide them along. So maybe I'll see you there. We can't forget all our troubles, forget all our cares. So go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. Don't wait a minute more. Downtown. Everything's waiting for you. Things will be great when you're downtown. Don't wait a minute more. Downtown. Everything's waiting for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Owensboro's best friend, Mayor Ron Payne. Come on, Mayor.
Kurt, how in the world did you get Rodger Randle? I'm impressed. He was an awesome mayor of the city of Tulsa. I got to tell you, I learned a lot working for him. But of course, I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, Kirkpatrick, my gosh, he can do anything. He can do anything. Oh my gosh, I wrote this thing up and I'm not even going to read it. But first and foremost, I've got to tell you how much I appreciate this lady that's next to me here. For all these years and all the things that we have dealt with, Denise has always been by my side. And she's had to put up with me carrying on every morning as this poor lady. She tries to do her crossword and drink her tea, and I'm ranting and raving, and she's listening to me. But let me tell you, she's given me some good advice, and I'm smart enough to have taken it. Also, my son is here. Brian, stand up, son. Brian. Denise's sister's here from Louisville, and her husband. Jim, you and Mary Ann stand up. But anyway, gosh, I got to tell you, I look back and I just cannot believe it has been 8 years. And all the things we have done in those 8 years. Starting with so many wonderful city commissioners. I saw Candace, she was here tonight, and I know John Kay, I saw him, he's here. I don't know if David was here, I didn't see David, but my gosh, I'm gonna tell you what, those people stood up when it was tough to stand up, to do the things that we had to do, and they were followed by some wonderful people. Jeff's here, Jeff Sandberg, Bob Glenn, and Pam. Pam, I got to say enough about you, babe. You've been awesome, and we worked hard. You know, we rode out some rough times, but it's all been worthwhile. We have worked hard. And, you know, there are many, many people, and I told somebody this evening that we is really, really big. And first and foremost, I've got to tell you, it's the city staff. I was talking to Bob Whitmer the other day, and he had the Cape Air people with him, and he was talking about the riverfront and all this kind of stuff, and what he was alleging I did, and I didn't do anything. I worked with so many people that did all these things. But he started, I told him, I said, Bob, you know, people call me a visionary. You know what a visionary is? It's a person that comes up with a lot of work for other people to do. And I've got to tell all of you out here, and I'll tell the entire people in Owensboro, how lucky you are to have the city staff we have. Let me tell you, Bill, stand up, buddy. This man, let me tell you, he has put together, and really, he is awesome. He has put together a team that has been able to accomplish all of this stuff. You know, us elected officials, we make the decisions, we decide where we want to go, but we don't take us there. It's Bill and his people that do that. And I've been in public service for a long, long time. You saw one of my former mayors up there with Rodger Randle, but never have I worked with a group of professionals like I have with this man and his team. You just don't know how fortunate you are to have this man leading this group of people, these professionals. I just really want to ask all the city employees that are here to please stand so that we can once again recognize you. Bill, please stand. Ed, Ray, I'm amazed. All you guys. You guys are wonderful. You really are. And this community will be in good hands for many, many years to come. And the commissioners have been wonderful. They have worked with me to make all these things happen. But also, let me tell you, it's the business community. Government should not do it all. That's not our role. It's the people in the business community, and I can't begin to tell you how great it has been for me to have worked with so many great leaders in this community. Terry Woodward, let me tell you, he's the guy that got me here tonight. Let me tell you, Terry called me and was urging me to run for mayor, and I listened to him and I did it. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate Terry Woodward and all the things. We all know how much that man has done for this community. Matt Hayden, Malcolm Bryant, Jack Wells, Glenn Higdon. I could go on all day long. There's just so many of you out there that are really moving this community forward. And Tim, you, Mike, all of you, you're what it's all about. You're why it's so wonderful to live in this great community that we live in, because you take ownership. I've had to explain that to people around the country about why we've been so successful. It's because we have people like you guys that are willing to take ownership in your community and help move it forward. And we owe y'all so much. And the future of this city is really in your hands. And I'm encouraged because I know all of you, and I know you're going to move it forward. Candace, of course, heading up the chamber. She's been a city commissioner. She loves this community. She's going to work hard. She's going to move it forward. Madison Silver with EDC. I could go on all night long talking about all of you. Greg with the hospital and what he's doing out there. And, of course, you know that's our largest employer in this community. But I look around this room. You're the leaders in this city. I just happened to occupy this office for a while. But let me say this to you, and then I'm not running for anything, so I'm going to sit down. But thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and the honor to be your mayor for these last 8 years. It has meant so much to me. Thank you very, very much.
Stay right here for just a second. Thank you, Mayor. Very deserved. Well, Mayor, thank you for your remarks. And on behalf of all of us in the community, we wanted you to know that the next time that you and Denise, go ahead and hold her hand, walk up here, okay? That the next time that you all walk along the riverfront, along with the thousands of other people that walk there, you will be traveling on the Ron Payne Riverwalk. We've officially renamed it in your honor. Here's what it looks like.
Oh, my God.
Congratulations. Thanks for everything.
Thank you, guys.